went into lockdown on the 2nd. We've been watching them every day since because they can hatch as soon as day 16. Well, today is about the middle of that 24-hour day 16, and we have over 50 quail in there, I'm sure. I counted as best I could through the little slit in the door. We've got so many quail. I mean, they're all just like, they're crammed in there. Oh, the eggs in there were just a little tight. Hopefully they'll be all right, but the most surprising thing to me, fantastic thing actually, is that in the back, we have a lot of quail back there. In the back portion where we were doing the experiment to see if these quail would hatch. Everything in the back is 7 days old, and I would say it looks like we have had at least a quarter of them hatch already here. So very exciting news. I am so pleased with this so far. I was doing some research on it. So here's how it works. When the chick is ready to hatch, it breaks the air bubble. It breaks the membrane in the top, the rounder part of the egg. It'll break that, take its first breaths. As oxygen gets lower then, inside the egg, it's going to pip the egg. That's punch a little hole in it. And I think I saw one of those last night. That's when you're supposed to start your count, is when you see the first pip. Following the pip, once it's breathing from the outside, then it starts to absorb the egg yolk and all of the blood vessels. Their blood vessels are actually kind of not in their body, they're outside their body, positioned around the inner side of the egg so that they can absorb oxygen and breathe that way while they're in the egg. It takes 30 minutes to sometimes 24 hours before they've absorbed all of that and they're ready to hatch. Then they will begin to break the egg in a circular fashion and kick themselves out of there. And they need that time. If you see an egg that has pipped and you go in and you think you're going to rescue it, you may just break that egg open before they've absorbed the yolk and their blood vessels, and then they're gonna die. So you think you're doing a good thing by helping an egg hatch, but if the chick can't get out of the egg, this is just the way that nature works, okay? It needs that fight and it needs that struggle to be a viable, healthy chick. And if it doesn't get that, you're depriving it of something that it needs. There's a reason why go through this process and hatch this way. And trying to save them, it might sound cruel, but you gotta just let them go through the process. You just gotta let nature take its course. No shortage of happiness for us seeing how many chicks have already hatched on day 16. It has been 2 full days since the first quail pipped, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna open it. Normally you wait 3 days from the point that you see the first pip in the shell, but we're gonna go ahead and open it because we have so many quail in there. I'm afraid that we're going to lose some to smothering if we don't get them out of there. I mean, it's just thick with quail from what I can see. But once we get it out, we'll see just how many quail are in there. There's so many in there that I saw them climbing on top of each other and crossing the divider that I had put in there to separate the older than 7-day-old eggs and the 7-day or newer eggs. So we're gonna open them up.
You gonna open it?
There are so many. And we are gonna have no idea, other than by looking at the eggs, how many.
Wow.
Jeez. I don't see any that have pipped, and I think we got a lot. We got 165 out of 198 eggs. That's pretty dang good. I mean, that's 83.33% of our eggs. So we got over 83% hatch rate. All right, so checking on the new quail chicks this morning. They're all doing good and running around except for a few. We've got 5 that aren't doing that great. Do you guys have 2 of them?
Pam has one, I have this one.
That's
this
another one.
This one was like worming around.
Yeah, that one's definitely not doing good. And that one's just kind of shaking there.
This one can still move, but I think it's...
I'm gonna put this one
Yeah,
down.
they're more like a little struggling.
Yep, get that one in there.
I see.
Well, I don't know if this one's gonna come back. The poor little thing. I mean, it's cheaping. Just lies there and kind of curls into a ball. So I don't know, I think it's fighting. We'll give it a chance here under the heating plate and we'll see if it can't make it. We've got this other one here, and this one, yeah, you're not a goner yet. Just kind of weak. Yeah, it's okay. So I'm gonna put him under the heating plate as well. I gotta hold on to this little guy because he, she, whatever it is, they run really, really fast. They're already standing at this age. Whoa. They're already standing at this age, looking around, very active. And they also don't mind you grabbing them either. It's pretty fun. We really enjoy quail chicks, but they are so tiny. I mean, they are so tiny, they can jump, they can run, they're really fast. Hello. Say hello to everybody. Trying to get out. Yeah, there you go. Sing a little song. So what we do with these little guys if they don't make it, if they look like they're gone or that there's just no way, we'll keep an eye on them, keep a close eye on them today, and if they don't get better, it sounds cruel, but the crueler thing to do is to let them continue suffering and die a slow, miserable death. Responsibly and humanely raise quail so that they aren't in pain or suffering. And you know, it never feels better or good doing that, and you know that it's the right thing to do for your animals. So we'll keep an eye on these guys and I'll keep you updated. But so far, 165 have hatched. We're probably gonna be down to about 160. I'm planning on about 5% loss overall.